Hello, and what a great day to sow something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia B, and I'm so excited to be with you here today. I have a little bit different of a video for you today. It's not gonna be a normal floss tube is really what I'm saying. But as I was thinking through, I've been thinking through end of year plans, right? Like I told you in my last floss tube video, I've been starting to plan NYE 12 by 12, which if you have not heard of this, or if you've not participated yet, we would love to have you. But it is just a fun New Year's Eve thing. I have said multiple times, I'm in my 30s, I have kids, we're not doing anything on New Year's Eve. And so, and Tech Guy's normally working anyway, so I kind of wanted to just come up with something fun. So I've done it for 3 years. This will be my 4th. And basically what I do historically, I've chose 12 new projects. It started because I wasn't starting anything new through the year. I would hoard new starts that I wanted. It helped me keep my whip pile down, and it helped me really evaluate why I want to start something. And so I had to sit on a new start sometimes for really several months. And then decide okay, if I still want to start it by New Year's Eve, I must really want to stitch this. And so that's what it's been. I would do 12 new starts from noon to midnight. Every hour, start something new. You'll see in some of these, maybe not in any of these projects today, maybe a couple, where I have maybe 10 stitches in, where it was a really busy hour and I didn't get very much stitching in. But it's allowed me to have a bunch of new starts, and it's really fun. We go live on Instagram sometimes, all the things. Anyway, all of that being said, as I was thinking through 12 by 12 plans and thinking through okay, eventually I'm going to want to film an end of year whip parade. But to be fair, I just did a whip parade early in the spring. So do I really need to do a new whip parade, or I don't know. So I was tossing these things around in my head, and I know several people have done something like this before. And so I thought, you know what, let's do a broken whip parade where I do it over several videos, and I go kind of designer by designer and include the charts that I have in my collection, because I think we all have a collection of charts. And so, this hobby is so much more about collecting. And so I thought we'd try this. We'll see. I'm going to go through, today I'm going to go through Prairie Schooler. You already know that by the title. But I thought I would go through the Prairie Schooler to show you my whips that I have, and then show you, I have quite a collection. So I thought this would be kind of fun. We'll see. I'll do a couple of videos, and then we'll just see how it goes. But as I was pulling out all my Prairie Schooler, I was like, oh my goodness, the Liz Matthews video is going to be long. And then I have things some designers where I'm oh, okay, I could group those designers together because I don't have very many of them, yada, yada. So we'll see. We'll see if this is fun. It's just kind of a different take on a whip parade. So with that being said, kind of blabbered on for a couple of minutes. I thought I would show you my Prairie Schooler collection. I already, right off the bat, know that I do not have one set of projects up here. I've talked to you about this before, and they rarely get shown in a whip parade. Sometimes they'll get shown in floss tube, but they're quite they're the emotional projects. They're the projects that a lot of tears go into. I have a bag, just a small project bag in my purse that is my hospital stitch. So if we have an emergency or something, that's what I'm doing to keep my brain going in the emergency room. So it's a very emotional piece for me. So I don't take it out of my purse ever. So that's where it's at. So I already know right off the bat, I don't have one of my projects. But all right, let's get started, and we'll just kind of see where this little series takes us. I thought if I film a floss tube here and there, and then I film one of these here and there, by the end of the year, we'll get through all my whips, I'm sure. Okay, the first one that I have 2 copies of, actually, because I was able to, I got this one as a gift, and then this one, I was able to purchase from someone who was destashing, and it's an original. So sometimes, and you'll see, sometimes I have the paper copy, but sometimes I grab an original if I can find it so that I can just have it in my stash. This one has been very well loved. So this is the Prairie Schooler St. Nicholas. My mom's first time ever to Keepsakes. I think I had only been there a handful of times before she went with me. The first time she went, it was one of the times we were taking all the kids to Great Wolf Lodge, and my mom and I went a little bit early and sat at Keepsakes for a little bit. She found this and thought that I would just love it, so she gifted that to me. So this is St. Nicholas. And what I was just noticing, if you saw me kind of do a little double take, the order of this picture is different than this one. It's almost like the reversal picture. So I find that super interesting. So this is St. Nicholas. And currently, I think I've just been working on one for quite a long time. In fact, he pretty much stays in a hoop because this was my hospital stitch for a time. And now it's not. Let me see. This is on 40 count Tundra by Lakeside. I have all the pieces cut ready to go for each St. Nicholas. And this is all that I'm at here. And I know I shouldn't keep it in the hoop. I know it. I don't get very much work on this. I don't pull it out very often. I probably should more. And you'll see that with a lot of my whips. I think I just have too many whips. But I do love them all, and I think that's important. Okay, so since I do have an original copy of this one, I'll give away the paper copy if anybody would like it. You can just comment St. Nicholas maybe, and I'll choose a winner. If anybody wants my keepsake, I mean, it's loved. I've had it in this bag for a while. If anybody wants this, I'm willing to part with that. I don't need 2 copies of anything. Okay, so that's my first one. I'm gonna try and keep some sort of order to this. This second one was a 12 by 12 start in 2020. So this would have been my first year that I was doing 12 by 12. And I don't think I've revisited it since then, but this is Reindeer Roundup. Keepsakes has a model of this upstairs in their Christmas room, and it's gorgeous. So this is going to be on 5363 count in Gothic Ivory, and it's Legacy. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Legacy linen. And that is my start at the moment. Just some border stitches. And man, those X's are tiny and I love them. So that is that project. And just so if you've not watched any of my whip parades before, I just do the library card method. I was doing this before it was cool. But I just do the library card method where I write everything down on a library card and throw it in the bag. So that way when I pick a project up, I can remember maybe what I was doing. Okay, I am not a Halloween stitcher, basically because we don't typically do Halloween in our home, but I saw this pattern and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So this is Bump in the Night, and I think I started this maybe when I had friends staying over. I don't 100% remember. It might have been a 24-hour start that I had, and I might have started it with somebody. I don't have the information, but this is Bump in the Night by the Prairie Schooler, and I did this on 45 count Jersey Cream. And of course, everything that I do for Prairie Schooler is called for. So this is 45 count Jersey Cream by Legacy Linen. And I am tempted, if you can kind of tell, see how these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how they do them in individual? I am tempted to finish just this house and then call this finished and just do a small with it maybe, and gift it to one of my friends that maybe does do Halloween stitching. Now that I'm like going through things, you know, it's just one of those things. Do I need to keep it in my whip pile? So I don't know, thoughts on that. We'll see. This is As the Crow Flies, and this also is an original one. Man, I love a good house. I really do. And this has a lot of them. So, As the Crow Flies, and then sow 4 seeds in a row, 1 to root and 1 to grow. 1 for the rook, 1 for the crow. So I just love this one. I think it's really pretty. But again, a tiny little start. This was also a start for me on that very first 12 by 12 that I did. And this is 40 Count Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim. I did not iron any of these. So I apologize. If that really bothers you, I apologize. So again, really, really simple. Just started on the border. And with my 12 by 12 projects, this is typically all I get in, is just a border stitch like that. So that was 40 Count Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim. I say that. Was it Fiber on a Whim or Color and Cotton? Fiber on a Whim. Okay. Next is an interesting piece, actually. This was, okay, so this was a kit, and I'm trying to find the date on it, 1989. This was a kit in the Better Homes and Gardens book club, and it's called Prairie Houses Sampler by the Prairie Schooler. And this was, I got the kit, I think off of eBay, and it came with everything. Like even the Ada is still in here. It is crunchy, 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 and the pattern and everything. I did decide that I was gonna pull my own DMC, but with this kit, I'm not sure that they used DMC because the colors don't match. So it's just kind of interesting to me how that worked. So I talked about this before in a video, and some lovely people emailed me their conversions, like they have this chart, and so wrote out the DMCs that the chart calls for. So again, this is the picture, Prairie Houses Sampler. Y'all know I love a good house. And then here I'm at on that. This was also a 12 by 12 start, but in 21. So this just would have been 2 years ago. This is 40 Count Color and Cotton in Warm Sienna. So that is a start on that. Just a fun little kit. I thought it was really pretty. And I just got it off of eBay for just a few dollars, I remember. I'm gonna take just a few extra seconds to put away the bag so I don't get anything mixed up. Okay, the next one I have loved so much, I bought it twice. So that's okay, because one was a reproduction print and then one was the original. It's funny to me when I open bags and I find scissors. Random. Let me set those to the side so I don't lose them again. Okay, this one is the Village Sampler by Prairie Schooler. I started this as a 12 by 12 start in 2020. And I'm doing it on 46 Count Peanut by Bee Stitch Me. And I got, since I've started this, I have gotten the new, or not the new, the original chart. So if you would like my paper copy, you are welcome to it. Maybe just comment, I say that and I just ripped the back of it off from tearing a Post-it. Okay, if you would like my flawed paper copy, because I just tore a little piece of it there, but it did not do anything to the inside pattern. If you would like this, I don't mind. Village Sampler, just comment that. Anyway, 46 Count Peanut by Bee Stitch Me. And see, that's a 12 by 12 start. That is a typical 12 by 12 start. See, but it's kind of embarrassing to me. Like, really, Kia, you haven't pulled this out since 2020. You liked it so much that you bought 2 copies of it, but you haven't done anything with it. It's a little bit embarrassing, but all my threads are not even bombinated yet. They're all still in their DMC fashion. Some things I need to love on. All right, this is my last Prairie Schooler whip, and then I'll go into my collection. Okay, this is Bunnies by the Prairie Schooler. I just started this not that long ago. It was 12 by 12 this past year. And it's because I realized I don't have hardly any spring stuff in my stitching, like in my whips. And so last year, 12 by 12 just really seemed to be bunnies. I started several things that had bunnies on it. So that is that pattern. I am doing this on, I've already cut the pieces. Color and cotton, 40 count, color and cotton in field stone. And somewhere will be a start on one of these pieces of, I just have, okay, maybe I haven't actually stitched it. Okay, hold please, let me see. Oh, here it is. Oh my word. Sometimes I'm a mess, you guys. Here's my tiny little start. I knew I didn't want it on like chalkboard color, and so I thought this would be a good alternative. So as you can see, super small, what I would consider a 12 by 12 start. So that is all of my Prairie Schooler whips at the moment. And I don't have very much done on any of them except for my hospital stitches. All right, so let's talk about collection. First and foremost, I have to give just the biggest thank you to Liz Matthews. Without Liz, I would not be able to show you this full collection of Prairie Schooler Santas. She has almost completed my entire collection. I mean, like, I have a whole collection now, but thanks to Liz, she's the only reason I have a full collection. So I will go through these in a minute, but just in case that's not your gig, like in case you don't want to watch me go through each Santa, I'll go through my other charts first, but an entire collection of Prairie Schooler Santas. I'm so excited about it. Okay. Yes. Okay. I just had to think through something. All right. Very small ones first. This is the Prairie Schooler. This would have just been like a little freebie that they would have done. This is 1986. And it doesn't even have a name. And it just says compliments of the Prairie Schooler. So it makes me think that this was like almost like a business card they would have passed out. I'm not 100% sure, but I just thought it was very quilty and cute. Love it. This one Liz gave me, it is from 1985 and it is called Amish Life. Look at those giant quilt squares. I love this so much. So yes, this one is called Amish Life. This was stitched on 26 count dirty linen and then 2 strands over 2, which is so super cool. Okay, then I have County Fair 2, which is kind of pretty. I thought these would be fun to like make his pillows, maybe sit in a basket in the island. I have a feeding trough, a really long skinny feeding trough in the middle of my island. I put candles in it, and I think this would be cute as little Cheez-It pillows in between the candles. If you don't know what a Cheez-It pillow is, I love making them. I love to stitch on 56 count. Like 46 and 56 are really my like go-to counts. And when you do, you know, things that are meant to be a pillow on 32 count and you do them on 56 count, it turns them into little Cheez-Its. So I love that. Okay, I have a Prairie Year, which is book number 13. Love, love, love this. If y'all remember my friend Chelsea, she started this. She used, the first year we did 12 by 12. She and her husband, Chris, did New Year's Eve at my house that year with our kids together. And she started a new one every year, which was kind of cool. So very cool. I love this little school for September. Oh my gosh. Although like now really September, like the school needs to be in August. Some people even July. So many reasons why I love that we homeschool. This is a Prairie Year 2. Oh my gosh, look at that mama and her baby. So sweet. I love the beehive on this one for August. So stinking cute. And the tiny little Santa, the broken Liberty Bell. Oh. Okay, and Shelly Fry, right before I was filming this, she came out with a video today. Today's Sunday. She came out with a video this morning on Antique Needleworkers, and she had made this beautiful, like, big floral basket, and she stuck what she calls lollipops. She finished some of those Lori Holt, like, individual cards. I think she said it was set R. And she pulled them out and stitched them on, I think she did 46 count, and then she put them on a stick and made them like little lollipops. These would be adorable as that in a flower arrangement. Oh my gosh, they would be so cute. And that broken Liberty Bell is what made me think of that, because of that border. She did such a fantastic job. If you've not seen that video, you need to go watch. Okay, this is the Prairie Schooler Fables and Tales. So we have the tortoise and the hare. Very, very cute. The three bears. For a second, I thought it said birds. The three bears. And then three blind mice. Owl and Pussycat. And then fox. Fox and grapes. Adorable. How cute would these be in a baby's room? I thought about stitching these and donating them to our library for the children's section. Wouldn't that be a fun idea? I know the library events coordinator for our county, and she's a cross stitcher as well. Her name's April. And we homeschool together. And gosh, she would love that. She would love that. Okay, the next one I have is random, but I have July because I thought of like picking out elements of this and just having something to put up in July around the house. Gosh, look at that house and the lighthouse and the house in the distance. It says, July brings the greatest heat. Strawberries and melons make cool treats. Look at that crab. So adorable. Just super fun. Okay, and then I have Holiday Homestead. I loved this because I love all these these quilts in the bottom. I thought they were absolutely adorable. I am doing a Christmas gift exchange here in about a month, and I was thinking that I haven't stitched anything for yet. I was thinking about putting a couple of these together and making like a little, I don't know, like a little trio thing, because I just think they're darling. I could do like, gosh, I could do like the little house and then a quilt in the middle and then one of the, I don't know, but it's just super cute. So Holiday Homestead. This one is from 1980. Oh, well, no, that's the copyright. I need to stop looking at the copyright. I don't know if there's a date. It does say copyright 86. I don't know, I might be dumb. But it's book number 14. So Holiday Homestead. What was book 13? I remember seeing that. A Prairie Year. Very cool. Okay. And then my last book, my last big pattern I have is Starry Night. And I actually just bought this from, I think I bought it when I bought St. Nicholas. I think I bought it from the same person. Look how pretty that is. Lots of backstitching in this, like a lot of backstitching in this. But it's beautiful. It really is just an amazing piece. So, and I believe this is from 2003. 1, 2, 3, just 4 colors and then some Krynic. And the Krynic they're using as like the, see, I'm sorry about the train. See this like star, star, star. That's what the Krynic is used for. Beautiful. Gosh, that would be gorgeous stitched. Okay, let's go through Prairie Schooler Santas, shall we? We are actually not as long as I thought we were going to be. Okay, I'm just going to start at the very beginning. I do have 3 that are not in the stack, and it's because they are in my hospital stitching bag. I go between 3 the years that my kids were born. So this first one is 1984. How cute is he? I love the dense stitching of this one. I don't know, it just seems much more thick. It was on 18 count khaki, and it doesn't say if it was 2 strands or 1, but it just looks really dense, so I would assume 2. Yeah, it looks like from the stitches it's 2. Okay, this is 1985. That sack, actually, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see the detail. It has hearts in it, which is so cute. Okay. 1986. I like the bottom detail of his robe. Okay, 1987. Love the hearts around the edge. That's very, like, I mean, it's just so cute. And I like how you can see the toys through a sack. Very cute. 88. Again with that same sack. And again with the hearts in the corners. That's cute. I like the carryover there. 89. Cardinals. 90. I have to tell you guys this story. This just happened. Seeing these little animals on the bottom made me think of this story, but so I've been on, I have to, anyway, for some other reasons, I am now gluten-free. And Tech Guy the other night was grilling some steaks because he was grilling some steaks, and it was later in the night, like maybe 8:30, 8:45 when he was grilling, because we had a late dinner that day. And I hear him go out the back door, and then I hear like this, I don't know what it was, but it was like this loud, I couldn't tell if something was being punched, if he was being punched, if like something was being hit. Like I couldn't tell what the sound was. So I muted the TV, and I was like, is he yelling? Because if he's yelling, I'm gonna like get up and go figure out what's going on. But it kept happening, and I was like, he sounds like he's stomping something. I don't understand. So he goes out our back porch, and if you know Tech Guy, if you know our history, he just needs to stop going out to our backyard. He has caught our backyard on fire before, to where at 10 o'clock at night, I had to call the fire department. And so really he just needs to stop going outside, but he was stomping at something. And so I thought, okay, well, he's not yelling, so it must not be anything. So then he comes back in and he goes, well, I have a new friend. He walks out our back door and goes to like turn to the smoker, and there is a giant possum on the back porch, which, like, we live in a neighborhood that doesn't typically happen. But I've lived in this house my entire life, and we've had that same possum family 3 times my whole life. Once, the possum did not make it. It was in the snow. He was being like aggressive, and so we had to call. And then once he was on top of our privacy fence, walking all the way down. I mean, it's just been insane. And so apparently he really likes the smell of Nathan's grill. And so he decided he wanted to come up and see what Nathan was cooking. And it just scared Nathan to death, but he wouldn't leave. And so Nathan's like stomping on the ground. It was hysterical. So seeing those little friends on there made me laugh. Okay. 91. Look at that coat in the berry bowl. Oh, cute. 92. Switching up the coat color for the first year. 93. Gardner. You guys always hear that dog. Sorry. That's not our dog. 94. That's sunflower. 95. Liz, a couple years ago, gave me a Advent, like a little gift every day. And a bunch of these were in there, which was so kind. This is 96. 97. I need to go a little bit faster. I like how it's sampler-esque. I love the trees made out of the letter blocks. I love that. Okay, 98. Oh, because 99 is downstairs. Okay, 2000. Super cute with the candy canes. Oh, I've never noticed this. Look, peeking through his robe is that candy cane stripe. That's cute. I've never noticed that. 2001. Adorable. 2002. 2003. Now this is interesting to me. I would love to know more about their model stitchers because this looks stitched very differently. Do you see how it almost looks, I don't know if you can see this, but it almost looks like it's popping out of the fabric. That seems to me like they used a lot of strands. It looks like they used 3 strands, and this was on 18 count putty. Do you see how it looks 3D off of there? I don't know, fascinating. Okay, 2004, love that. 2005. Some of these are just so good. 2006 with that sewing machine. 7. I like this little basket. I have a basket like that. 8. 9. Going skating. Hockey. 11, because 10 is downstairs. 12. Nope, because 12 is downstairs because 10 and 12. Okay. 13. Very cool. 14. 15. Tech Guy is the one that started my Prairie Schooler Santa collection. And he started by buying the years the boys were born. 15 is one he just could not get his hands on. Like he could not find it anywhere. And we had a son born in 15. So Liz just gifted me this not that long, like within the last month. So 16, that reindeer. Oh, I love him. 17. 18. 19. That sheep. 20. 21. 22. So cute. And 23. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I treasure these Santas. Just, oh, I love them so much. And I want to stitch some of them on 56 count because I just want to see how tiny they're going to be. In fact, I feel like I kind of want to start one on 56 count just so I can really see how tiny it's going to be. So, I don't know. Which one should I start? Maybe the year Tech Guy and I got married. No, that's why 2009 is down there. I know it was in this pile. Okay, I'm going to have to think about this because I really do. Here's what I think is fascinating. This is going to give me goosebumps. Here's what I think is fascinating. So Prairie Schooler puts out the Santa, right? So this is the year 23. So we put out this Santa. We've seen several people stitch this. I saw somebody change this and not say Snowy Night, and they changed it to the year the name of their granddaughter. Super, super cute. And like the snowflake he was holding, I think is pink. I don't remember. Anyway, super cute. Here's what I think is fascinating. They put out a Prairie Schooler Santa every year. And it comes out the beginning of the year, end of the year, beginning of the year. Like December of 23 into January 24, I think. I could be fully wrong on where that is. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is they put out one and we just like, what will that year hold? I think I just get really sentimental on New Year's Eve of like, what is this next year going to hold? What struggles is God going to allow that year? What successes, like what are we going to see in that year? What season will we be in that year? What season are we going to continue into that year? And what season is going to flourish away? Like there's just something so sentimental about a year. I think that I just think it's fresh and new, and like, what is that going to look like? And so I think, when I look at things like 2020 Santa, we could have never known what that year was going to look like. You know what I'm saying. I look at the years of like our kids were born. There are 2 of our kids that when the year started, I had no idea, but that by the next New Year's Eve, we would have babies. So it's fascinating to me. And I get very sentimental about like, what things are we going to see in this season of our life? And so I love yearly stitches. I love marking the year with something sentimental like that. It's just fascinating. So, okay, so that is all of my Prairie Schooler whips. Those are all of my Prairie Schooler whips and my Prairie Schooler pattern collection as of right now. I don't know. What do you guys think about this little series? We'll see. It's just a short little series. Maybe you might be interested in just a different way to do a whip parade. So thank you for joining me in the hive today. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I am excited to like get through my whips. I've just had, you'll see on my next floss tube that I have just really had like a bug for stitching lately. We're on fall break from our homeschool right now, and I am just really enjoying stitching. So I think I might pick a Prairie Schooler Santa and start on 56 count. I might have to do that. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me in the hive today for just this little Prairie Schooler tribute. And thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.